If you love what we do, then please consider supporting Kritfayle on Patreon. Your support helps us grow and to create more content more often. And now, on with the show. Let's see if I can find Gabby.
Gabby, that's your boss, right?
Yes, she is my supervisor. It's not like we can just go straight up to Ms. Reynolds and demand answers. You're nothing but plebs after all.
Find someone.
Hey boss, you don't have a concern about the emergency lockdown situation that we got going on?
The manual says comms must be open 24/7, and the fact that they are not is disconcerting. I think we should go straight to the corporate area.
And if we want to find anyone, maybe we should go where the announcement was telling all colonists to go.
Alright, fine. But for the record, I'm right.
MacDonald, you talk too much, as Hirsch pushes past, giving MacDonald a bit of a shoulder. You're wasting time. Come on. He turns around, nods in the direction that he's heading down the hallway.
At the far end, there is a door, but it's not part of the security measures. It's more like a privacy sliding door. Like it's powered, but it's not one of those big lockable ones.
Hirsch will open it, I guess.
Beyond is level C1, which has the corporate offices, cubicles, desks, computers, filing cabinets. The carpet is quite decent. You can see chairs are knocked over and there is half-drunk coffee, and dinners have been left on the tables, and no one is there. On the far side is the main door, which is closed. That heads to B block. On the bottom side there is a chair that looks to have fallen in between the doorway. That leads to E block, and the door has tried to close, but been unable to do so.
What happened here?
I don't like this.
Maybe there's a big storm on the way. Who knows? I'm just wondering if we should... John, do you think we should go back to that outer door and make sure it's closed properly? Do you think there's a way to unwedge that container?
If it closes, it'll be in lockdown, right? Is that good, or do we want to be able to get back out?
We don't know rightly if this is internal or external. It could be that there's a huge storm on the way that was picked up on the sensors that we just don't know about. And if the west lock is open, I'm saying that that whole section could be ripped to shreds.
If it was internal, wouldn't they have told people to evacuate instead of congregating?
Exactly. I like how the girl thinks.
We go to the emerge room. It has food and water for 1 full month. It's got enough for everyone here at the facility.
That still doesn't cover the point, MacDonald, that if we leave the west lock door open, it could potentially rip the whole thing apart. We'll lose that whole storage section.
Hirsch, I'm okay with losing that if it means I have an exit, if it's something in the air.
Why are you so sure there's something in the air?
What else could it be?
I don't know.
He's probably spooked from all Siggy's stories. Working on biological viruses and all that sort of...
Hirsch, there's a reason you're in charge of brooms. Leave the thinking to your betters.
Hannah is looking back and forth between Hirsch and MacDonald, and sort of looking like she doesn't agree with MacDonald, but she thinks she's supposed to.
Hirsch walks past one of the tables with some food on it, picks up a half-eaten pie and bites into it.
Someone else's.
I can't stand looking at food go to waste, Hannah. Stop staring at me like that, will you?
Let the moron have his pie. It will keep the child quiet.
Not telling him not to have a pie.
He finishes off the pie and licks his fingers, which are obviously dirty and a bit grotty and grease-ridden as well from all the work that he's...
What was that?
What the heck?
Yeah, we all heard it. What was it?
It sounds like someone's in trouble.
That was gunshots.
What? I look at Hirsch. You sure that's gunfire?
And a scream?
Yeah, as sure as I'm standing here.
Well, what do we do?
The man says he's sure, boss. I think he's sure.
Well, that's it then. We're going back to the tractor and getting the weapons.
What weapons? There's no weapons back on the tractor.
There's a shotgun in the tractor.
I'll go back and get the shotgun.
The only stuff left on the tractor is the shotgun, 9 shells, and some rations. There's nothing else. Unless you want to bring the radio.
Sounds like someone's just gone crazy. So I don't want to be...
I have my pistol. I didn't say anything about it as it's company policy.
Why shouldn't we tell anyone if it's what the... It doesn't matter. Are we going back to the tractor?
Company policy.
I don't care about company policy right now. Are we going back to the tractor?
Yes, let's go back.
Great.
Are you done having your lovers quarrel? Come on. Hirsch heads off. He's jogging down the hallway.
Heading back to the tractor.
This is going to be one of the most difficult.
Back and forth. Back.
No, but even talking to each other. It's like having rivals is really hard.
The person I've been fighting with the most is not my rival.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
This is where the game designers are sitting there going, what's happening
What
with
the
this
hell?
group?
Yeah. Like,
Did they not read this?
I read it, but if the characters are at direct odds, I'm not just going to be like, but we're
No.
buddies, though.
you should be. If he says something stupid, you should go, yes, I wholeheartedly agree with
supporting
that
your
illogical comment.
I'll support you by dragging you towards sense.
Okay, you get back to the tractor. It's still there.
Hirsch will grab the shotgun and load it up. It's a pump action, little short one with a sling on it, and it's got it's a 4-round magazine. He loads it and then loads another one in. So there's one in the pipe, four in the tube, and another 4 rounds on an ammo holster on the side of the weapon. As he starts loading in the first shell, he starts, the light of God surrounds me. He loads in the second shell. The love of God enfolds me. He loads in the third shell. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me as he loads
That's
it. Checks the weapon.
Great.
So, what the hell are Sig and Ass supposed to use? Harsh language?
All right, we've got a shotgun now, and apparently he's all blessed by God, so what's the plan?
Ever used one of these before?
No, sir, I haven't.
What are you holding?
The pistol.
That's the standard sidearm for the USCMC. That's got a 15-round mag, fires 9mm ammunition.
Thanks for the lecture, Hirsch. I know what it is, but can you use it?
Of course I can use it. I told you guys before I've been trained in small arms.
He's got the shotgun, though.
Yeah, I've been trained in small arms too. I think he's asking if we can use it better than he can.
Yeah, I think John would be a lot better than you, boss.
If anyone is better at it, you can have it. All right, come on, but we will avoid trouble as much as possible.
Right.
Well, I haven't had to pick up a firearm in 28 years, so...
Let's hope we don't need it. Sonny, bring your med pack.
Yep, brought it with me anyway. I'm a man of science and medicine. I've never used a gun before.
Hirsch walks up to McDonald. Show me your firearm.
Here you go.
Hirsch takes it, flicks the safety switch on, turns around, and holds it in front of John.
Conducting weapon inspections, are we?
Thank you, sir. Okay. I guess.
Somebody make up Hicks.
Yeah.
Hirsch bends down, picks up a crowbar off the floor, and hands it to McDonald. I think you'd be a lot safer carrying this.
Thank you, Hirsch. Nice to know you care. Hefts the crowbar and imagining smashing Hirsch in the back of the head with it.
Guess I will draw my pistol.
McDonald, I don't feel comfortable walking in front of you with you holding a potential firearm at my back. Hirsch has still got his tool belt on, with a hammer and screws and a couple of wrenches and some nails and bolts.
Alright, here, why don't you let me go up front? So, we begin to make our way?
I guess so.
All right.
You enter the E block.
Science labs. and
This is
medical.
Labs and Power. East side has the labs. Much of the equipment is centered around the geology studies and the terraforming. The lab is on the left, and there is a terminal outside. And on the right is a large power plant. It's quite huge, really, and it has a massive board of lights that monitors the power to the facility.
The door from C to E was blocked by a chair, right? That fell? Yeah.
And there's a door that is north, which is showing green.
I want to look around for my experiments. Guys, I think we should check out the labs just to make sure everything is still where I left it.
What do you mean, make sure?
Well, I had some stuff going on, and I want to
Is
make
it more
sure.
important than the gunfire and screaming?
Well, no, I guess not.
What did you leave here?
I just, just some ongoing stuff. I already told you the terraforming, like the better mixture of oxygen and nitrogen, maybe more efficient, and like that virus thing. I just want to make sure it's all still contained.
No, I can see the importance of containing that virus.
Yeah, we'll have to take a bit of a detour down to the labs here.
As he pushes the button to the north door, and her steps off to one side with the shotgun pointing down the hallway or through the door.
Well, if he's got that covered, I will walk down to the labs. Anyone want to come with me, or am I just gonna go by myself here? Preferably someone with a gun.
Is that a Chris guilt trip or a character guilt trip? Because I couldn't tell the difference.
I don't need to specify.
I think I would probably be with Hirsch because he's my buddy. And I was taking point anyway, so...
Why do you have to go check it now? It's the guns and screaming.
Look, there's also the medical labs are over here too.
And?
Ziggy, have you got a med pack?
Yeah, but I mean...
Well, someone could be injured down this way. I think your project could possibly wait.
We should check out that everyone is okay, then come back here.
Alright, fine.
Okay, so B1. You can see it is... I'm saying you said you're just looking, though, right? From the doorway.
Yeah, from the door.
You can see that this is... Well, you'd know anyway, right? That this is... Because you've been here 20 years. This is the base offices. The difference is it's a lot less fancy than the corporate area. The corporate offices also handle corporate affairs and all the corporate stuff. This is the base offices, and these are much more basic desks, a lot more simple terminals. The chairs are cheap, there's no swivels, no wheels, the room is quiet. This is where real work got done for the facility. This is where workers are required to do things for the base was. Chairs here are also overturned, knocked over. Papers are scattered from the printers as if they've been hit while they've been printed, like they'd normally be printing out a lot of stuff. It looks like something's hit them and scattered them around the floor. Drinks are spilt, cups are on the floor. And the door to A block is red. But the door to D1, the one being first floor, is open.
Alright. So, Hirsch is looking at A1, or down the hallway where the doorway's locked red. Looks to the right. So, let me think. Alright. So, we can go down that corridor there to the right. So that'll take us over to D block, but we'll need to go up one level to where all the corp offices are, as well as the what's OP, operations?
Ops, yeah.
Yeah. Which is all the core offices and also has operations. We'll also have medical up there too, Siggy, so we might be able to grab a couple of extra med packs if we need them. From upper level D block, we'll be able to get over to A2 block, fairly confident, but then we're going to have to start climbing through some vents to get down to the lower A block and then down to the sub-levels. So we're on the first floor at the moment.
Yeah, we'll follow you.
Oh, Hirsch will stick to one side of the wall, so one on the probably on the north side, as he heads down towards the D block.
bottom floor is, it looks like the family services area. The door to the school is open. Books and paper lies scattered. Chairs and tables are knocked over. Chalk is half written, as in sentences are incomplete on the wall, as if something, whatever happened here happened quick.
Wow. They left here in a rush too.
There wouldn't be any kids left there, would there?
I don't know. Hurst starts bending down, looking under tables, opening up cupboards.
Yep. John's gonna look and see that everything's working fine. Like, is air circulating through here properly, or?
At the moment, it does appear to be.
Yeah. Also just scanning around to see if there are any children hiding anywhere who... No.
There is not.
This is also, there's offices, is that true? Living spaces?
Yeah, it's recreation and some basic living spaces, family services for school and counselling and stuff like that.
I'm just gonna say Sigurd's gonna go up to some of the doors and knock on them and try and open them.
They open. There is no one there.
Everyone's just gone.
They must all be in the sub-basement, or in the sub-level storage.
But the gunshots...
So we all look over to Hirsch.
Who's holding a shotgun?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
The life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me. The power of God abides me. He's not breaking at all.
Is that a little concerning to anyone else?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
All right.
Well, there's no kids here. That's good.
Yep, stairs are just over there. Hirsch heads over through a door into another room where... Oh, not a room, but like a...
Stairwell?
section where there's stairwell. Yep, a stairwell. Which heads up to D2.
Which is the gym. You can see on the left is the gym. Weights are scattered around and a couple of the weight benches have been knocked over. There is a smashed glass mirror. And on the right is a conference room, which looks completely untouched.
Generally, I'm walking along with Hirsch just because he's my buddy and he's also a bit older, so I have to look out for him. Or at least I feel I have to look out for him.
He's been there 28 years.
Exactly, yeah.
And the door to B2 is green, and you can see on the actual thing says override confirmed.
Even if everyone panicked and ran, why would the mirror be smashed?
Must have really panicked. I want to examine the mirror fragments on the ground, see if I can find a bullet or something.
Okay, so you're going in?
Yes. To the gym area.
And Hirsch is heading towards block 2. Just,
And I wanted to look at the conference room, since it looked oddly untouched.
So we are splitting the
Now
party.
we are
I
splitting.
guess we are!
oh my god, 3 different ways!
This will be fun.
We all die at the same time.
The glass looks like something heavy is smashed against it. There is some blood, you think, being the medical officer. The conference room, yeah, it looks immaculate.
Nothing weird in there. Just a nice, clean conference room. Okay.
Well, what broke the mirror?
Yeah, it looks like a person slammed into here and got cut up on the glass, broke it.
Everything in here is totally fine.
Why did you go in there?
I wanted to know why everything in here is fine.
No execs use it. None of them come over here.
I guess no one thought to go in there.
Good place to hold up.
Well, unless anything looks unusual in this remarkably spotless conference room, I will head back into the gym area.
Do you know why McDonald seems to have a hate on for me?
John, I wouldn't take it personal. I think he has the hate on for everybody. I don't think he's been quite, he might have struggled through his career with promotions, and he's been stuck here for the last few years.
I swear to God, though, I think that guy, he thinks the sun comes up just to hear him crow. I don't know what his problem is. Likes the sound of his own voice.
He's mental management.
All right, well, you got me, I got your back.
I got your back. Those other folk got no military sense.
That was just our little interlude, that's all that was.
See, damn Stinky, I thought he would have known better. Alright, so B block, the door.
So, you go to B2. 2, which is the command crew quarters and one executive office. It has really nice, big, flashy, frosted glass and very plush carpet on this level. There's windows that look out into the wasteland and the storms, so it's not it's a corner office without really being a corner office. The desk is, you've seen it when you've been cleaning, it's a really polished oaken table, which would have cost quite a deal to have shipped all the way out here. And there is a computer. There is a small operations ready room, which isn't ops, which is further over. It is designed for any exec on this level that can go and check stuff without being bothered by going all the way over to ops. It is empty. There is a small armory closet over on the far side, and the door on the opposite side leading into the corporate offices, which is C level 2, also shows green. So whoever had been going this way has head to the corporate offices.
All right. Well, Hirsch is going to scoot on over to the armory.
There is a shotgun with 4 rounds and a revolver with 6 rounds. And several ammo boxes, like as in cardboard boxes, and they are scattered around and empty.
Well, someone's cleaned this out. Yeah, Hirsch picks up the shotgun and tosses it to Holroyd.
Alright, this would be even better if I had any shells to put in it.
4 rounds.
Alright.
What would make the whole base clean out the armory like this?
So, armory this size, probably, obviously, a few pistols and shotguns, but that's about it. To take them all is not...
So we've got hostiles. That's what we're saying here.
Well, you could have one person with a gun and 10 of the...
Yeah. Well, sorry, hostile or hostiles?
Correct.
We've got someone's doing something on the base that's
Could
not
one person
particularly
who
liked.
could one person who grabbed a gun and went on a rampage cause all this?
Well, you never know. Some of these colonists get hopped up on whatever kind of stuff. You know, this is a remote place, but even with that, people get their hands on some pretty crazy things.
Most of these colonists are family, so highly unlikely, unless someone's broken or...
Hell, some of those gearheads down in the garage, they're smoking brake fluid, I swear.
In saying that, though, if all these are being used or have been used, I've only heard a few shots since we've been here, so...
I mean, who knows when it started? We were gone for a while.
Alright, so armor is this size, 10 rifles, 100 rounds, 100 to 200 rounds per rifle. You could be looking at about 2,000 rounds of ammunition.
Gone.
Maybe we should be checking to see if anything, any other ships came in from the air traffic control. See if we can access that.
It's a good idea.
Alright, who's on comms? So, we've gotten into here through the benefit of somebody else coming through with a high security level clearance. So whoever's come through B block has gone through into C block, off over that way.
Maybe they're trying to get to the same place we are.
Maybe. To the south, though, Siggy, we got the med lab, so did you want to go and have a look in there?
Yeah. Let me have a look.
Can you get in? The light was red.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I try swiping my key card anyway.
Didn't like that.
We might have to find a way to lift the lockdown before something like that happens. Before we can get in.
I don't know that we want to lift it till we know whatever caused it is done.
Do you want to have a look at operations? Maybe there's a log of what happened.
Computers aren't necessarily my thing.
Alright, well, I'll have a look at it then. And I'll go over to command. So it's the command operations. It's not like the main one, or is it? Okay.
No. It is ops, but it is saying enter clearance code.
As Hirsch remembers something and taps Siggy on the back.
Yeah? You think you have the clearance code?
Nope, but in the front of... He's tucked into the front of his pants is a revolver he pulls out and hands to Siggy.
He holds it between two of his fingers and kind of lets it dangle there. What am I supposed to do with this?
I forgot. I've been meaning to train you on how to use these things. Okay. You know we were supposed to do this 3 weeks ago, and you were tied up with your bloody experiments down in there. Bloody hell, Siggy.
Maybe it's better if you hang on to it. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to be shot in the
someone.
back. Thanks.
Yeah.
And Hirsch takes the revolver back.
Jonas, do you know the command to get into operations?
Yes, of course. There is a reason I'm in charge. Walks over and swipe my card.
Nice. Alright, let's see if we can figure out what's going on here.
Good thinking. Let's see if we can find a log.
Alright, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go and have a look at the administration's office. Is Holroyd with me?
Yes, yes.
Ken? Ken?
Yep, I'm there.
Don't let me go anywhere alone.
I'm not, man.
Where's Sig going?
I'm in the command ops.
With you? I'm gonna tag along with the other two then.
I'm kind of hunched over Jonas as he's at the computer.
Going to look for reports. Give me a Comtech roll.
Can I assist?
You can. Plus stress if you still have it.
No. Success.
Unsuccess.
You can push it if you want to try to get more successes, but you don't have to.
You get another stress if you...
Yes, you will.
You'll get another stress. I'm not actually trying to bait you to get more stress. I'm just saying you can push if you want, but you don't have to. Although the noise since then has been incredibly quiet.
Mm.
Like, it is eerily quiet. It's the air conditioning sounds the loudest you have ever heard it, and that's mainly because now you're aware of it, like in a way that you aren't when people are talking. And someone from party C, roll an observation.
And I shall push that roll.
Oh, and
I'll
you
panic.
panic, but you're keeping it together.
Oh dear God.
First panic, but it's okay.
I love the little emoji too, panic with a sweat smile. Panic
Yeah.
roll.
Panic,
I'm keeping it together.
but barely.
I've got to RP that now.
Ah.
Well, this isn't very useful. It's just a general log. Only thing here that stands out is that Tractor 2 was returning with something they found.
Returning with something?
It just says they found something and were bringing it back. The log stops not long after that.
And maybe they picked up some sort of alien virus or something. Some sort of contaminant.
Why do you always think about viruses?
I'm a scientist. This is what I do.
They didn't say anything else.
So you think it's not important?
I just don't know why we're in lockdown or why the logs stopped.
That is weird.
It is. I don't know if I can find anything else out. Yes, most rooms have been locked down. Like, most main areas have been in lockdown. It shows that the last one that was released was C2. And the card used was Miranda's. Well, looks like C2 was the last place to be accessed, and that was by Ms. Reynolds. So let's go and meet up with the others, as they were heading in that direction anyway. So, while that was happening, you can see a very large Wayland Yutani symbol, which is lit up really bright on the wall. It's the main Yutani area. You can see windows that all look outside across the parts of the facility, now that you're on a higher level. It is showing the dust storm and electricity of the storm outside. So again, it's like the corporate offices have windows, but they're looking out onto a wasteland of barren rock, unpleasant atmosphere. You can see all the desks and up here are in individual offices, unlike the others, which were more sort of shared space. Some were sort of cubicles and that, but this is all individual offices. They have very comfortable chairs. You can see the main center office the door is open, and you can see Miranda Reynolds is in her office, sitting in her chair looking outside. You can tell it's her by her bright red hair that you know she has.
So Hirsch turns towards Singleton,
Yeah.
and Holroyd. All right. So, make sure to stick on my 6. I'll go up point. Right. By 6, I mean behind me. Stagger, feet apart. All right. Guns down to the ground.
Okay.
Keep your eyes on me. If I put my right arm up like that with my fist, okay, that means to stop. All right. If I spread my hand out like that, that means hide. Okay.
Okay.
You guys cool? I need you guys to be cool.
Sure.
As a cucumber, man.
All right. And Morgan starts to head down the hallway to, what was it, C block again? Starts going down the corridor. He gets to an intersection, looks down to the left, to the right, off down the end of the corridor. There's another room, and there seems to be some lights flickering. And he stops, he crouches, he puts his hand up
Okay.
with a clenched fist,
I will stop.
and it seems to stop for a moment. And his eyes, he swears that the flicker of the light caught the shadow of something. And he just sits watching as silently. He's just going crazy, and he starts, you can hear Singleton and Holroyd can hearing, murmuring under his breath, "The light of God surrounds me, the love of God enfolds me, the power of God protects me, the presence of God watches over me." It is just repeating this prayer over and over again, and then he stops as he realizes it was just his imagination creating things out of the shadows. He stands up, motions for both of you to follow. He's got his shotgun ready and looks into the room to the left. What's in the room to the left?
It's a corporate office, so it would have been one of the possibly used by Theodora, who's been arrived from Earth, who's another exec. So they would have given her a guest office, and it would have been on this level.
All right, and heads to the room to the right where Miranda is. And is the door open or closed?
Open.
All right, so he points to John and Hirsch points to the right side of the room.
Okay.
And-
So John will go post up on the right side of the room.
Miranda.
She does not answer.
Morgan looks up to the roof above Miranda, above Miranda,
In her room. Yeah, in her office.
where an air grate is being torn open in the ceiling. Okay, so he goes around to walks around to the left of the room, around to try and he's still keeping an eye on the grate and keeping an eye on Miranda.
So you're watching the grate and that, and what are you doing?
Well, the shotgun's up, and he's sort of walking with the back to the wall, and he gets around to the side. He keeps cool. Miranda.
She does not answer.
All right. I guess he keeps going until he gets around in front
We'll
of her.
do the pincer maneuver on her, basically,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. So where's Singleton going in all this? Is everyone going into the office or just...
I am following. I wasn't directed anywhere specific, but I also wasn't told to stop, so I'm still going.
Okay. So when you get in front, you can see that her jaw has been smashed. Her cheek has been torn completely open. Her lower jaw is completely visible. Something maybe vaguely squarish has smashed through the upper part of her jaw. Her teeth in the upper part is missing, and there is a huge pool of blood down her front and down her legs. Everyone gets +1 stress, and you can see a key card that is sitting down the front of her blouse, and it's covered with bits of skin and gore from what would have been her face.
Oh dear God!
What?
What in Jesus' name happened to her?
I don't like this, man.
What happened to her?
The strength that someone would have had to have. Hey, she's missing the bottom jaw.
It's smashed?
No, it's smashed and the skin is like ripped. So it's all exposed on that like one side, the bone and the teeth, and then the area below the like in this area has been smashed in with something going into her face. So up in this sort of area has punched through.
That's not somebody on a gun with a rampage. What happened
Not
to
even
her?
a slam of the butt of a gun. That's
like a sledgehammer.
something else. Well, it's taking out skin now too. That's something that cuts.
Well, sledgehammer would rip skin.
Yeah, but sledgehammer would have made a bit more mess than this, I think.
Not enough mess for you?
Well, different mess maybe is the better term. Huh.
Hirsch will look out the window.
Can I make I have medical aid
Mhm.
as a thing.
See
Could
if you can
I
help her.
Yeah, no. Could I make a roll to kind of rule out, like, this wasn't someone smashing her face with the butt end of a rifle or something like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And that's going to be what, wits and medical aid?
Yes. What'd you get? A success?
Two.
So, yep, one's a success. What do you want to do with the second?
How about I wouldn't have to make that kind of like to know what it is again?
And no, there's no way this was the butt of a rifle, or it might have been a crowbar. But it's a little bit bigger than a crowbar in girth.
Okay. So, no, something did this, and I don't think it's something that someone was wielding. Something did this.
Something?
Maybe like a hand axe or a hand pick.
I don't know. Doesn't look like something that was wielded. Just with the angle of the attack, I mean, anything's possible, I guess. You can get a lucky shot, but this doesn't look like something that someone attacked her by wielding something.
She's the only person we've found, and this is... Where is everybody?
This ain't good, man.
No!
Looks like there's some crazies loose on this station.
I'm every bit as puzzled by this as you are. I look up at the air duct.
It is torn inwards, so something tore it from either this room, as in like down, or something inside in.
Hannah is looking... like she doesn't really want to get closer to the desk. But she will point at the desk because there's a comm unit there flashing.
Let's answer the comm unit, I guess.
All right, John.
No, that's on you, Hirsch. You've got seniority, pal.
No one's gonna answer it, then I will.
Or go right ahead, Hannah.
She's gonna grit her teeth and go grab it.
Hirsch is sort of using the end of the shotgun to try and get the key card.
Yeah,
From
I'll say make sure you grab
around.
the key card.
And you get it like over her face, and it's got like bits of her face
Oh.
on it.
Oh, he's gonna fling it up against the wall.
It sticks.
Oh no! Oh no!
And you can have another point of stress.
And I am very reluctantly answering the comm unit.
And a female voice goes, "Help me,
Who is this?
Theodora.
Where are you?
Help me.
Where?
Medlab.
It's
Medlab.
locked. Well, okay. She's in the med lab?
Help me."
Who?
Theodora.
All right. There's carpet on the floor, right? Or
Yeah, and it's a deep burgundy, which is why
Oh.
you didn't notice the blood initially. But like now that you're there, you can see the pool, which has been slowly congealing.
yeah. So already stressed out. Hirsch just wipes the card on the floor
Okay.
and picks it up and puts it around his neck.
Okay, we're coming.
Please help me.
Okay.
So what are you doing now? Yeah.
We are leaving the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we're heading for the med lab.
All right.
And keeping an eye on that hole up there, though.
Okay. You're looking up.
I wasn't.
So you're watching the. Okay. So you're doing that. What's Hannah doing?
Hannah is just heading us because Hirsch grabbed the key card. She's assuming they can get into the med lab and is gonna head in that direction. Not looking at anything above.
Sig and Jonas come through the door, and just as they do, they see this large lizardy sort of spider literally sort of comes out of nowhere, just leaps off the floor from somewhere. Its tail wraps around John's neck and it wraps around his face.
Oh no.
The official Alien RPG is released by Free League. Kritfayle's Alien miniseries stars Ken as John, Emily as Hannah, Shadow as Sig, RavenInsane as Hirsch, Ghost as Mother. Some of the sounds come from Sirenscape.com. You can find us on Kritfayle.com. This has been a Kritfayle production.